Hi friends, and welcome back to Gardening Suburbia. My name is Amanda, and welcome if you're new here. If you're not, thanks for coming back. This week we are starting our next batch of seeds. So I'm about 9 weeks out until that last frost. I live in zone 6B here in the Midwest of the United States. My last frost is April 24th. Again, these are just kind of estimates based on the lows and highs of your area. So your last frost really could be 2 weeks after that estimation, or it could be a week before or 2 weeks before. It really just depends on what Mother Nature is deciding to do for that year. I'm still gonna go ahead and act like my last frost is gonna be April 24th. So with that, I do have a pretty big set of seeds that I need to be starting this week. I could actually wait another week on some of these, but I have the seeds, I have the soil, I have the seed starting stuff, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get it started this weekend, just because I don't know how my next weekend's gonna look. My next set of seeds to start is going to be my eight to 10 week seed set. So I went ahead and I went through all of my seeds. I checked on the back to see if they preferred the seeds to be started indoors or sown outside. If they were to be sowed inside, I went ahead and made sure that I grouped together all of the seeds that were in the 8 to 10 week, the 10 to 12, the 6 to 8, and the 4 to 6 week ranges. So this week is our 8 to 10 week. It is actually it's actually February 19th. So today we actually did a female entrepreneur meetup with my friend hosting it, May from Magical Gardens. And I just wanted to give a quick shout out to her for doing such a phenomenal job getting all of the separate entities of this party planned, working with separate female-owned entrepreneurs. I am so thankful to have found another like-minded female entrepreneur that is in my life that I can call a friend and that I can go ahead and actually grow into someone who is more intertwined with the community. So this year is a year of growth, and with that we need to start the seeds so that we can do our part in growing with the pollinators. For this set, I have bee balm or a wild bergamot or bergamot, depending on what region you're in. I have a Colorado blend of yarrow. I have stevia candy, which is really good used as a sweetener substitute. So the leaves and stems are edible, and you can add it to so many different things. I have spearmint, which I'm not quite sure if I actually need to start any of this or not because I do have some already in my garden. And it is a perennial, so I might not do this one, not sure yet. I have King Richard leeks. I have two different varieties of broccoli that I just picked up from the grocery store. I have the Sun King hybrid and then the DeChico broccoli. I did the Sun King hybrid last year and I did not give myself enough time to let it grow. I think I planted it in the fall, which if you're planting things in the fall, you have less sunlight during those days, and this is a variety that needs full sun. And then I have a couple different varieties of peppers. I have a shishito pepper, which is super delicious when it is blistered in a pan and added to, I like to add it to tacos. I have two varieties of emerald giant peppers, just like a green pepper. And then I have the golden cow wonder sweet pepper, which is just a yellow variety of that. I have the Ancho Grande peppers, or the poblano peppers. These guys are so good in my chili. I will blister them, peel the skin off, and then dice them into a pot of chili, and they are just so good. Gives a really nice smoky flavor to that dish. And then this is a new one to me this season. It is the cayenne long slim pepper. And then This year I am doing a different variety of a jalapeno. I think last year I picked up jalapeno starts from like Home Depot or something. But this year I'm doing a start of the Jalafuego pepper chili jalapeno. These are a very large variety of jalapenos that get to be about 4 inches longer, or 4 inches long, and they're hotter and larger than the other more typical varieties of jalapenos. And it says it is more productive, which I am super excited for. This will be great for cowboy candy or cowgirl candy, and then just like pickled jalapenos. And then lastly, I have a chile de árbol pepper, which is something I'm excited about. I actually gifted one of these seed packets to my sister. She is married into a family that is native from Mexico, and so they make a ton of really delicious authentic Mexican dishes that they use this pepper in. I'll definitely be getting some recipes for this pepper from her. A really important element to consider when you are getting ready to start seeds. I know that I obviously have a ton of seeds, and that means I also have high ambitions to start all of the seeds, because why not? If I have the seeds, why not try to grow everything that I possibly can? I really need to take a look at all of the seeds that I'm starting. I am going to be doing a plant sale here in April, I think, in my area, and I also do gift a ton of things to friends and family. So anything that I don't get to actually put in my garden, I know it will get a home somewhere else, and someone will enjoy whatever flowers, vegetables, whatnot comes off of that plant. I did go ahead and I am starting to get an idea of what exactly I want to get planted and where. So I have this garden planter. I just got this, I think, from Target. Super cheap. It was like $10 or something. And it has a ton of space for doodling and making notes, which is great. It'll help me keep track of all of the things that I'm doing in my garden this year. One of the things that I did is I took inventory of all of the different pots and places that I have for plants is. So this season decided to go ahead and actually purchase 2 more Greenstalks. So if you have not heard of Greenstalks, I'll go ahead and put their link down below. Last season I purchased, I think it's the leaf planter, which is a shallower depth pocket. But it's basically a vertical planter. I'll put an image up here so you can see it. A vertical planter, and it has like this really unique design system for its water. So you basically can pour water to the top of it, and it will just go ahead and filter all of that water down through each level of plants. So I think you can get like a 5-tier or even up to a 7-tier planter, and I think you can actually even buy separate tiers to stack even taller, or maybe even create like a 3-tier or 2-tier. It is really versatile, which is great for individuals that find it hard to get down on your knees if you have in-ground beds or lower pots. This vertical planter really makes it so that everyone can garden. And I like it because it takes up way less space, and that's perfect for those of you who are trying to fit the most amount of plants into a small space. If you get the original planter, which has the deeper pockets, which is more suitable for like tomato plants, eggplants, I think you can even grow potatoes in them. Your options are kind of wide. My thought process is I'm just separating out the different varieties and kind of thinking about how many I need and I will use, as well as what I really have space for. So with having the original Greenstalk, I know that I will be planting a lot of my tomatoes in there, kind of as an experiment. I will have some of my other varieties of good producing tomatoes in ground, but I have a dwarf tomato that I'm going to be trying out this year, and I can't exactly remember what the variety is called off the top of my head. But I also have some cherry tomatoes, which I've never grown cherry tomatoes, so I'll be growing those in that as well. But I have a lot of peppers this season, and I know for a fact that I really like bell peppers, and my poblanos are the ancho grande peppers, and the jala fuego jalapenos. So I think I'll do 2 of each on the bell peppers, and probably just do 2 of the jala fuego as well. I'll do 1 each of the chili de árbol and the cayenne, but I'll plant more than 1 seed. And then 2 of the ancho grande, and then just probably 1 of the shishito. Get all our stuff moved. So I'm just doing the same process as I did with the first batch of starts. Just today's date and the variety on the tag. Oh, I also do have my Tabasco pepper plant. My Tabasco pepper plant has been doing so well. He is happily sitting in a pot over here to my left in my windowsill. I've watered him, I think, 3 times now. I really just waited for his soil to get completely bone dry before I gave him probably about a quart of water. Just because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't overfeeding the water. I have not given him any sort of amendments or fertilizers since he has been inside. So it's just been kind of whatever has been in the soil that I put him in. I can't even remember what brand I used. But he's doing fantastic, and I'm super excited to see how well he takes off next, or I guess it would be this year. Last year he did have a ton of peppers on him, and he was very full, but by the time that the cold came, it was already kind of too late for a large majority of those peppers to actually go ahead and fully mature to the red color that we know Tabasco peppers to be. And so I didn't get that beautiful, bright, vibrant red Tabasco hot sauce that I was really looking to get. But that's okay. We're gonna go ahead and try again this season and see if we can get a better harvest on that guy by overwintering him, which is something I've never done. So let my experiment be maybe inspiration for you to go ahead and do the same. He's full of leaves, so I really think he's gonna bush out a ton. I probably could have trimmed him back just a bit more. That's okay, we live and we learn. And we'll see if I get more peppers this season. And he's gonna have a head start compared to what he did last season. Last season, I started him from seed. So this season he should be well on his way to, you know, producing fruit for me. All right, so just like that, guys, we have a full tray, well, a semi-full tray of, well, all of these are seated and ready to go upstairs on my shelf with the light. I may put my peppers under that dome with the heat mat just so that they get a better chance of warmer soils, gives them better germination rates. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys want to go ahead and watch any of my other videos, I'll post one up here in the meantime. But until then, I will see you guys next time. Thank you. Bye.